Nope. You can't see him, but he's behind me, so don't worry guys, he's in this video. Okay, hey guys, welcome to this week's video. So today I have a more school related video for you guys because if you didn't know, I'm a senior in college, so this is like my last year ever to make school related videos, at least like while I'm in school. So I am capitalizing off of that opportunity and I'm bringing you a productivity video because it's kind of midterm season. I guess this video is kind of going up after midterms, but you know, final season is unfortunately coming up, especially this year for me at least. I've had so much more homework than I ever have like in my entire college career. It's just the way my schedule worked out, and then hopefully next semester I won't have as many classes. I'm like, I just gotta push through this semester so then next semester I can just like have everything figured out and then focus on getting a job. So we're not talking about that right now. This video I wanted to make specifically, I mean this can apply to anyone, this is for anyone who needs productivity tips, but specifically for people who live at home, like live with their parents, live with their family still while they're in college, because I know that's a lot of people, including me. I drive about 15-ish minutes to school every day, so I know at least for me, living at home, I feel like my productivity just like slows down a little bit. I'm just like, I get distracted by everything and I'm like, oh, I have to do laundry, I have to do this. Put together just a list of things that have helped me over the past, what, 3.5 years of going to college from home. Let's just get into it. I'm rambling way too much. So I will be reading it off my iPad because I'm obnoxious. My number one tip, which this is gonna sound very obvious, get out of the house. Go to coffee shops, libraries if you have one on campus, which I don't. There's always like little nooks and crannies around campuses, I feel like, that you can find like a little, just like a chair to sit in and get some work done. Because I know if I come home, I'm not gonna want to, like, I'm always like, okay, after class, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna work on stuff. And then I get home and I don't work on anything. So I'm better off just like staying there, which leads into my next tip is to stay on campus as much as you can. If you have work to do, really utilizing the campus and getting your money's worth. That's something I've started doing a lot, especially this year. Which I'm like, these tips are very much, all these tips are very much interconnected, these first three. Pack food with you on campus. So first of all, you're not spending money on university food if you don't have a food plan, because most of the time if you're a commuter, you're not gonna have a food plan or whatever they call it. So that's my big thing this semester is I literally have like a little lunchbox. I feel like I'm like in grade school carrying my little lunchbox to class, but you know, it works. I pack like a salad, I pack snacks. I always need like something to like snack on in between classes, because otherwise if I'm hungry, like I just can't pay attention in class. Obviously if you're going to like a coffee shop, you know, get food and coffee there. But if you're going to a library, if you're doing a study space on campus, bring food with you for meals and stuff so you're fueled for studying, and just like really utilize like time on campus. And something that I've started to like to do more recently is like on weekends when I have time, I'll go to a coffee shop and get work done, because I'm always like, oh perfect, I have a whole day off on the weekend, which is rare for me because I also have a part-time job, so most of the time I'm either in class or at that job. I found it very helpful to really carve out time to just go to a study space, go to a coffee shop, go to a different space other than my house to get work done, because that's how I find myself most productive, because it drowns out all of the other distractions like this one. You know, if you're like, I gotta do laundry, I gotta clean my room, it just takes me out of that space so I can just focus on the work and I don't have to worry about what everyone is doing around me, or I'm not like distracted by a TV show because I'm like, oh, I kind of want to watch that instead of doing homework, and then I'll just go and sit in the living room and watch the show with everyone, and it's like, okay, that's not productive. So again, it might sound obvious, but just taking yourself out of your house if you have that opportunity to get your work done. On the other hand, if you don't maybe have the opportunity or the time to leave your house, even just going outside helps, I will say that. But if you need to find a study space in your house, sometimes I find my room is like even more distracting because then I'm like looking around and I'm like, oh, what's that? Like, you know? So recently, if you've seen some of my vlogs and whatever, I actually got a new couch. So then we had an extra couch. So I put that one in an extra little room in the basement that we had, and I kind of like redid the room a little bit. I literally put my TV from my room down there, and now that's my little study chill area. So I really like doing that, or just like sometimes I'll even just sit at the dining room table and just like clear it all out so I have this like big space to work with. Put on noise canceling headphones. That's a big one for living at home. Noise canceling headphones. I have noise canceling AirPods and noise canceling over the head headphones. Sometimes that doesn't even work, so then that's the point where I'm like, I gotta get out of here. Like I can't do it. Noise canceling headphones and background ambiance. I know some people can study with like a TV show on, or like music with lyrics playing. I'm not that kind of person. I always like look up on YouTube like background ambiance videos, especially in the fall, like fall ambiance videos. That's just like perfect, first of all, because it sets the mood, but it's just usually like either a live stream or like a 10-hour nice little piano music that's just like perfect for the background, so you're drowning out everything else going around you. But yeah, like I said, trying not to study like in the living room or like where other people are hanging out in your house is like crucial, just because of distraction. Another thing, for me at least, like if I am studying in my room, it needs to be clean, my bed needs to be made. Otherwise, it just like stresses me out for some reason. So if you find that you're like, if you have to study in a room and you're like, ugh, like try cleaning your room if it's messy. If it's not, obviously that's not the issue. But just like try cleaning your room, or like even the space around you, if, like you're in your dining room and it's like a little messy, like clear space just like helps me. So if you're having that issue too, like try that. I don't know if that would help. And then my favorite thing is to give yourself a reward when you're done. If I'm like not at a coffee shop, if I'm at home, or if I'm on campus and I'm just get done like studying or working on stuff for hours, I'll go to a coffee shop and grab a coffee or grab a little like sweet treat somewhere, a little treat, whatever. Just something to like keep you motivated. Just like a nice little reward for yourself when you're done, because it's like you did that work, you deserve a little treat now. So going back to kind of like studying at home, letting people know that you're studying and like need to focus is a big help too, because you know, hopefully they'd then leave you alone as best as they can. Letting people know that you need to focus and get this work done for the next, you know, 1 to 2 hours or whatever, and then throwing your headphones on and then just like focusing. And something I've also started doing when I'm studying at home is putting my phone in another room completely away from me, out of sight, out of mind, because if my phone's sitting next to me, I'm gonna pick it up, especially if I get like a notification, like guess what, I'm picking it up and looking at it. So I do still have an Apple Watch though, so like if there's like someone texting me an emergency, like obviously I'll see that still. But and then my last 2 tips kind of go together, and that is to, if you can, again, living at home, it can get to be a lot sometimes, so if you can, like try to get away for like a weekend or whatever every few months. I have friends that live still back at the college that I went to in my first semester, so I love visiting them and like hanging out with them. It feels good to like get out of town for the weekend, especially if it's a town that you've lived in your whole life and now you're going to college there. It's like, I just gotta get out and like be around other people. And then also plan things / day trips for the weekend. That may seem obvious, like obviously, you know, plan hang out with friends on the weekends, or like this fall I really wanted to go and like look at the fall colors. That didn't end up working out because I actually had to study the weekend that I was gonna do that, but also it was like raining the other weekend I was gonna do it, so it didn't work out. But I had that like kind of planned in my head, like, oh, I want to, you know, do that, or just like find stuff that's kind of like around you where you could just like take a day trip for the weekend, for the day on a weekend. Make sure you have all of your, you know, homework and stuff done before or after that. I found that that really helps to just like clear my head, just like get out of the house, clearing your head, get out of town, being around other people, and just like doing something fun. But yeah, those are my tips for trying to stay productive while living at home in college. So yeah, I hope that was helpful. These are just things that I found over the past, you know, I guess almost 4 years now that have helped immensely. You know, it took some trial and error of like, you know, figuring stuff out and like really getting my schedule down. If you do any of these things, let me know. Hopefully it helps. Or if you have any other tips kind of related to this, let me know, because I'm always open to other things and ideas, you know, constantly. So that is that on that, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next week for another one. Bye.